Hi everybody, my name is Haleigh. Before we get into my presentation and how I was supposed to present last week, I'm going to give you a little bit of background and a heads up beforehand. I started having breathing problems last week, ended up passing out a few times, and the meeting that I was actually going to present all the things we've been working on, I passed out in before I got a chance. So I've been in the hospital for a little bit. I'm doing much better, but also just a heads up, during this presentation, I'm probably going to take a lot of deep breaths and things like that. My lungs have not been working well. We're still trying to figure out why, but no worries, I'm doing a lot better, and that is why all of my assignments have been late and I wasn't actually able to give the presentation how I wanted to, which is supposed to be in person in front of all the people that I wanted to present, which is my group on the softball team at Southeastern. We have a leadership team that's in charge of leading and influencing the softball players on the team. So basically, this is how the presentation was supposed to go, and I will be able to give the presentation later on, but it'll be after this semester ends, so I'm making this video as a stand-in until I'm able to see them in person again in January and do everything that I've been planning to do this entire semester. First off, I just want to talk about the goals of our leadership team. So our leadership team, we are all in this circle because we were chosen individually by our teammates based off of our influence and our inspiration that we give to our other teammates. We all know we were given a piece of paper that had a list of leadership qualities and things that we need to stand by, things that we stand for on the team that inspire our other teammates to not only work harder, but to be better people all around in life. Those were things like integrity, willingness to work, humility, selflessness, all of these different traits that we were given. And I think it's really important to look further into that whenever we're deciding our mission and vision statements for the softball team. It's very important for any organization to have a mission or vision statement, no matter if it's a small team, a baseball team, a huge organization, a company. It doesn't matter what it is, but if you don't have a goal to strive for where you're trying to go and steps in place to get there, then you're shooting aimlessly. There's no direction or path that you can set your people on. So we need to set a mission and vision statement. This is something I think we should do as a team. There is no set leader on this team. We are all different leaders, all here for specific skill sets that we have, and I think that's very important when incorporating a specific goal, not only for us as a leadership team, but a goal for the Southeastern softball team. Some things I feel like we should keep in mind is our influence and the papers that we all sign, we all filled out choosing who is going to be on this staff. I think that's very important because if we notice, most of the questions were not about how good of a player we were, our skill set, how we were on the field, how we were with the team during games, anything like that. Everything was a character trait that we carried that made influence over everybody else. I think that's really important when deciding what our goals are going to be during this season and for all seasons to come. As we know, all of our goals that we're setting on this team are supposed to be sustained. We've used that word all year long. It's just sustained success. A little bit of a tongue twister. We're striving for sustained success because it's extremely important not only to be successful as a team this year, but for all the years to come. We are setting a foundation in our program that's supposed to light the way for the rest of the softball players that come after us. So I feel like when setting our mission and our vision statements and our goals for the team this year, it's very important to not only see our influence, but to have a set goal in mind. Are we trying to make great softball players? Are we trying to make better people? What are we trying to do? Personally, I think what we're trying to do, and my goal as a leader on this team, is to create other leaders. I think many leaders today see leadership as a management style, something they can micromanage, tell them yes or no, you're doing this wrong, things like that. But that is what a manager does. That is not what a leader does. A leader is supposed to come up behind you and guide you. A lot of times you don't even know the leaders on the team. When we look at Jesus in the Bible and how he led others, He was never a dictator. He never told them right from wrong. He never condemned or judged other people. He was a quiet leader. He was somebody that was encouraging. He came up beside his followers and his people, and even people that didn't follow him, and he was always on their side. He was always trying to make them better as people. I feel like that should be one of our main goals on this team. It is not to have a successful season, although that is wonderful, and as a whole team goal, that can be one of them. But as a specific leadership team, our goal is not only to make them better softball players, but make them better leaders, so that whenever they finish these 4 years out on the softball team, they can go out into their workplace or their churches or whatever they want to do in life, their family, their friendships, and they will be better leaders, better friends, better daughters because of what they learned on our team. I think that should be our main goal of the season and all the seasons to come, that we should not be known for building great softball teams, but we should be known for building great character in people, because character is sustained and character lasts. So as this meeting goes on and we talk about the mission and vision statement, we all have our different inputs. I feel like this is something we should really keep in mind, is not just what we want to see on the team, but what we want to see in the girls and what we want to last through the rest of their lives. So thank you for listening, and let the questions begin.